Hello guys, welcome to the jQuery tutorial. Today we are going to discuss about Ajax. Now Ajax, hopefully if you're in the web development you probably have heard of it. The jQuery aspects of it is jQuery makes it very easy to do Ajax. Anybody who has done Ajax in a traditional way knows that it involves a good amount of programming, a good amount of programs, a good amount of lines of code. So I will walk you through the different functions jQuery has for Ajax. So for example, we have I have a simple function here which is load. As you see here, let me increase the font size a little bit. By the way, who are new to Ajax, Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Ajax, so A asynchronous JavaScript and X is for XML. So this is, as you see, our form, or not a form but web page. So let me show you what it looks like. So what we want to do is that so Ajax, as you probably know, is that it instead of doing submit and refreshing a new page, through Ajax we can submit, or we can talk to the server without submitting the whole page or refreshing the page, but basically just to interact with the server from one component. So what we want to do, let's say here, is that we want to load a new document or a new HTML on top of this. So now there is one way, is that you basically click on this. So let's say we want to display the new.txt, or it could be another HTML here. So here you're pretty much leaving the page and going to the new one. But you think about here, see, we didn't submit the entire page. We just, when we clicked here, we just submitted only the part of the page and we refresh the content. Now this is different than what you have done through the earlier video, append HTML, where the logic sits within the within second.html. But here in this particular case, if you have seen, let me just open up the files. So here is our, let's say, our new.txt, and it could be a very complicated HTML or document, but just for the sake of simplicity, I just put this. So what you want to do is that we want to load this file. So in a traditional way, you can just do new.txt and then you leave the page and go here. But in the Ajax way, with the way we have used Ajax and jQuery is that when you click the button, so what happens is that it loads. So this is the function which does all the magic, and this is provided by jQuery libraries. So you see this div tag is getting this text is getting replaced by the documents coming from this one. So that's sort of the Ajax thing what we are doing here. Now, like that way load, there it also for web form, the jQuery has also other APIs like post or get and all those things. So if you want to do a web form, we will go through a couple of examples and show you how it works. But I think as far as this example is concerned, even though we are not doing web form, but we are doing a simple Ajax, or simple way that we are calling a different URL and using it to and really not submitting the entire page. So now let me show you another example where how we use Ajax to do a form submit. So let me show you this one. Okay, so here what we are going to do is that we are going to submit this form and we are going to replace this content. So let's see. So we are going to do the form and it will submit. Again, it's Ajax, so the entire page would not submit, and then it will return something. It will return some output, which is in JSON format, and it will be replaced with this text. So let's do a submit. I have some alert, so it's before submitting it is displaying that. Now both fill contents, and so it's again some validation message. Now this is coming from so right now the existing the PHP it calls when it submits, it returns, it's a simple PHP, it returns just the same message. So as you see, this text got replaced. So this is, now let's see how it handles, how it works. So I'm going to do I'm going to show you the code behind it. So here's our Ajax page. It looks a little colorful, but okay. So the important part is that we use a plugin called JQuery form.js. Now you can download it by just doing a Google search, and this is a very useful Ajax plugin for form submit. So please feel free to download it. Now JQuery as such, the basic JQuery, this library, it also has the functions like get, post, but and that also supports do Ajax form submit, I think. But if you are really want to use it with minimal amount of coding, I advise you to use this plugin. So how this plugin works is it has so again we have a document, and then we have so it has basically three types of functions. One is so we were discussing Ajax, and first I will give you a simple Ajax example, and then we'll take a complex one. Both of the cases we will use this particular plugin. So here I have a simple form, and here you'd see I have added this one, and then on the document ready I have got this is sort of doing the magic, which is I'm submitting the Ajax form. So I'm associating my form with this Ajax form, and I'm passing options. So what right now for we have selected only one option. Now it supports other options which we'll go over, but options is that what target does is that its element target the element which you want to be populated with the text which is coming from the server. So this output one is our element here. So this element would be replaced with the text come from the server. So again, just to go over, we include this jQuery, and then we have this line which associates your form with Ajax form, and then you pass options in case you want to do something more. And that's all. So let's do it. So this is our form. So let's say David Fu, and if we submit, see message from server, hi David Fu has entered the text, this is my message. So really your server is, if you see the program it calls, so it calls this program b.php, which is a very simple program. It gets the post variables and then returns it, and in your form that's what gets displayed. So this is a simple Ajax example. We are submitting the form and we are displaying it. So we will take a little bit more complete example where you are validating it, and you are you are parsing through the output message and all that. So we'll take that example in the next one.